So. Okay, so we have 5, do I have to call people by name for a quorum?
No, because we don't have any members on Zoom.
Okay, so we have 5 committee members here, so we have a quorum. I know Josh Leash is not gonna make it. There may be a couple of other people who are, Myra. Welcome. Can you
I
hear
guess
us,
you do
Myra?
have to do roll call
How are you?
voting.
And I can see you.
Okay. Hi, Myra.
Good to see you.
Okay, so I'll do a roll call for who's here. Harriet Beering, I'm here. Myra
Here.
Sinner's here. Dick DeGrasse.
Yeah. Here.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to say
Bill,
here?
yes. Bill Thomas.
Here.
Jessica Brainer. Here. And Monica Mullin. Here. Okay. So did everybody get to review the minutes from last month's meeting?
Yes.
Yeah. Any concerns?
No problem.
So do we have a movement in favor to approve?
I wasn't
I'll
there.
do approve. Okay. Well, I'll second it.
Moved and second.
Who moved? Sorry.
Apparently I moved to approve or you moved to approve, I don't know.
I think that's-
So, all right, any discussion? All right, then we can go to a vote. I guess I'll do the roll call. Myra?
Aye.
Dick? And then he raised his hand for aye. Bill?
Aye.
Harriet? Aye. Jessica?
Aye.
Monica?
Aye.
Okay, so that's a,
Wait.
Yeah.
Should
I
I
love that
abstain?
you're using I now.
I don't know whether I actually should even vote on it.
It's up to you.
I abstain.
Okay.
it still passes. So, so then we have a number of, things going on. So we'll start with the update dates from the ongoing projects. And then we will go to, Jessica's gonna give us an update on the prize activities and, funding, process. And we will also spend some time talking about our plans for the coming year. So, the town office, Bill.
Still being installed. I'm not sure exactly why. Janet just said tonight that she thinks it'll be done by Thursday. She's prepared to write the check for the cost, and we have gotten the invoices dated as of the last year. So I think that's about it. Just waiting for it to be completed.
Okay, and obviously the new system, well, maybe you can't tell, the new unit in this room has been installed and the old one was moved to the transfer station, right?
Still there.
That's the old one? No.
Oh, no, that's a new one. You're right. You're right. I didn't look. It's the, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I only know because I was in here the other day when it was a hole in it. So,
I didn't look. I should have looked. Yeah, that's a different unit. Yeah.
Anything else on the town office?
Not that I know of.
I do have something related.
Yeah,
The, inside the firehouse, the lighting fixture that has been hanging on one bolt has now turned into half of it off the ceiling. And it'll either damage the ambulance or it may fall on someone's head. When we get that fixed, it's really taking an angle downward now.
I was up
Just
on a fire
heads
truck
up.
to do that 3 months ago, and I was told not to do that kind of stuff, so.
Well, I'll ask them during, we have drill this upcoming Monday and I'll talk to them and say like, you guys wanna just get it done? And then come back to you guys with an email to see.
yeah, I don't know whether that's something that has to be a
And then we.
licensed contractor or,
Sure. Sure.
okay. Okay, library.
Oh, yeah, we completed the LED upgrade. And 1, 2, 3, 4 of the rooms with motion sensors, and it's working, so we did it.
Okay.
And good news about the heat pumps. I feel like I left and all the stuff got done. It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
And the heat pump proposal.
Oh, yeah, we got a heat pump proposal from Solar Logic, so we were waiting to see how they did with the heat pumps here, and now we'll, Melissa will review it with them to find out if it makes sense for them
Right.
in terms of the locations and stuff. And we've gotten 2 bids for the heat pumps, and Solar Logics was a better bid, so hopefully we'll be able to go with them.
Right, and they were aware of they were gonna try to structure or place it so that they did not go through the previously installed insulation if possible, right?
Right, they will not go through the ceiling, and they will not go through the historical structure, we hope. That's what we're gonna review with them.
So that's underway. And the municipal building,
Could I ask a
Oh, yeah,
question
go ahead,
on
sure.
the library?
yeah,
Has there been any progress on the library with regard to whatever the fuel system, heating system might be for the future? I know there's been some talk.
that's
That's what they just.
that's what
talked
she was
about.
just talking about.
And you see, I have not seen any financial analysis related to the fuel bills versus the alternative. Is there such a thing exist?
Well, they're going to move to electrical heat pump heating.
Do you have the data for the fuel, 12 months worth of fuel, which tells you about the heating system, and we can calculate from that the
Yes, we
size of the
do.
heating system?
Yeah.
Do you have it?
We have all those.
Bill provided
Can I get a
it.
copy of that so I can run some numbers on it too, on the fuel bills?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, 12 months of fuel bills, electric, fuel, I mean,
Yeah. I think Bill has them.
because you don't want to go into a heat pump without knowing the cost of the heating system size and so forth.
That was the reason we went with 1 year,
Yeah,
and we're hoping, I was hoping to wait 2 years for those data, but we have 1 year's data.
Or
the
whatever,
engineers design, they have very good engineers who designed the system, and now they've designed the system for the library, so we can rely
Do
on.
you have,
They're
if you
engineers.
have a heating system size, KW, I'd like to know what that might be. What's the heating system?
Okay.
The size of the heating system can be calculated, especially if they have 2 years worth of bills. You can work it back to the
Yeah,
actual
but
heating
they're
system.
not doing it on they're doing it using like other design, like high and low temperature parameters. They're not doing it based on heating bills. They have to do it based on the coldest.
Well, you can do
design
both.
temperature.
You could do both, but the starting point is generally heating bills, because you can work it back using the heat loss. And using the degree days for this particular climate, and work out the heating system size.
Yeah, they've done all that, yep.
I'd like to see that, please. Because then we can take and, use a heat, find out what a heating, system like a heat pump might cost to do that particular building.
Mhm.
But you have to start with the heat loss of the building.
Okay, so now the EV charger update, do you have anything on that?
I have an update for the charger moving.
No.
They're using that area for staging, so I don't believe that they'll be able to install the EV charger where we'd like it in the future until the building is more
Right,
further along.
okay.
Now we know. They're dumping all sorts of stuff there right now.
The municipal building, I would assume, is the health center.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we meant, yeah, that's confusing, yes, because this is a municipal building as well. So, okay,
Jessica, do you have the heat loss of the health center?
We have not received any, mechanical, system design
Do
information.
you plan to get one for that building?
I've requested it and I have not received it.
Is that a yes or no? I'm curious.
no, we don't have it, but it
I'd
has
like to know
to,
what's, because that, from that, we can determine what kind of a heating system is proposed for that building.
Yeah, I mean, they've already designed it and contracted it out, so. I mean, we're
what
gonna
is-
get the VRF
You've contracted out the heating system for the building already?
For the health center?
The health center, yes.
Yeah, that's a fully separate project from us.
What, can you describe it? It's an energy system.
It's a variable refrigerant flow heat pump system,
It's
just
what-
like they're installing here. But we have no. Yeah, we're not involved in that at all.
So that's a whole separate town project.
Yeah.
That's not an entity thing.
It's part of the construction manager's project, yeah.
Dick, we're talking about the new building that
I
they're.
know, that's what I'm talking about too.
So there's no heat loss because
Normally,
the building hasn't been built yet.
I know that, but the heat system is designed against the heat loss that's projected by the design of the building. The engineering system, the manager should have the heat loss of that particular building, or projected heat loss.
I see.
And from that, we design a heating system.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
They've done all of the HVAC design, so, yeah, it's already,
So the energy
Settled.
committee hasn't been
Yeah.
involved in that, that's the answer
Who
there.
has?
So then, well, the engineers who designed the building, and they've been working with the municipal building committee. So as to who would have the information, would that be the committee?
no.
Or who would
We've
have that?
requested it from the MEP engineers and they might be able to provide it at some point, but not on
So the
our
committee
timetable. On their timetable.
has no involvement in the energy system in that building?
This committee has not.
Because it's a.
I mean,
they did like a-
Kreska has attended the meetings around the design, but as far as the specifics of designing the system, no, it's a separate project.
With no objection, I think I will find and talk with the manager of the project.
Only if it goes through me and Lauren,
And I
like Lauren is the
I know her
liaison,
very well.
Yeah.
I'll be happy
You
to
could-
talk with her about it.
then you can go through her, but yeah, we can't talk to anybody on the design team directly. We're not allowed to.
Okay.
And Dick, I just want to add, like, I think, since this has been happening, one of the reasons why we've had anybody on the committee, it was Janice at first and then now Cressica, to advocate for the most energy efficient building, including heating and cooling HVAC systems. So I think that they've taken our insights pretty seriously. I mean, obviously, we aren't designing it specifically, but I don't know. I think we should be pretty confident, I mean, that they're taking our considerations, our needs into consideration too, it's not like they've been doing it in a vacuum.
And then so Dick, you're up next, the policy rates.
Yeah, I've talked to, by the way, the municipal, to the Maine Public Utility Commission on several occasions. And there are rate designs and other considerations that might be applied to both the library and the new building. And that's why I think it's important to know what the heat losses are. And then we could look at whether any new rate design alternatives might be of help,
Okay.
the cost savings for the island municipality.
It's definitely something to talk about down the road. So what are the handout that you handed out?
What's that?
Was this from you?
Oh, it's
It's not CMP's fault.
Right.
I passed out that to show you what's happening to the solar system idea. The file right one on 2023 includes a solar system subsidy nearly identical to today, what we see. And that blue section is a subsidy, includes a subsidy by the state, to some extent by the solar system that are being offered in certain parts of the state. And those subsidies are being paid for by people who are not necessarily solar owners at all. And the municipality is currently under contract with the Maine Public Auctions Group and Constellation Utility, and they're considerably less money than this. This is for the retail customer. And I mean, we're about 5 cents a kilowatt hour cheaper putting the lights on in this building than shows here.
This is for last year, however.
What's that?
This is for last year. Now
It's the
we're,
same.
now
It's the same now. That's why I received it.
the supply
It's
has
really
not
only
gone
the-
down. It's only the supply component, and the supply component is still the same price.
Is what?
The supply component is still the same price as the last time we talked
Yeah.
about this, and
Pretty much.
the town's contract is on like 0.05 cents or 0.005 cents higher than the standard offer at this
5
point.
cents a kilowatt, 5 cents a kilowatt hour costs a lot of money for the municipality.
Like 0.005 cents. Like the standard offer right now is what,
0.05
0.1?
cents. Not 0.05 cents, 0.05 cents. It's 5 cents.
No.
period,
It's not.
Per kilowatt hour.
CMP. Standard offer. It's it's 10.6 cents a kilowatt hour for a standard offer right now. And the town's contract with MPO
For the
is
town.
about 10.7 or 8
For the town
cents.
it is.
Yeah,
Correct.
so standard offer and the town's MPO contract are basically the same. They're paying the same as standard offer right now. I just wanted to
No,
clarify.
we're not. No, we're not.
Okay,
The standard offer is about 10.8 cents a kilowatt hour. And cost to the utility here, the cost of service to this island, to the municipality only, is 5 cents less than that.
but that would mean that we're paying 5 cents per kilowatt hour for supply.
No, we're not. We're paying less, we're paying a little more than that, but not much more. About
So
6
how
cents.
much are we paying per kilowatt hour for
6 cents.
MPO supply?
6 or 7 cents
Do you
per
have-
kilowatt hour for the municipality only.
I
I'm
think
talking
we're
about the
paying
general
10.
public.
I think we're paying 10.
The 10 is what you're seeing here, and that's the 10 cents is true right now. That's correct. That's for the average retail customer. Not municipality customer. Municipality has a separate contract.
Signed that contract last year that it was for around 10 cents. I didn't think it was lower than that. So
That's municipality.
So a few months ago, we did sign a contract dealing with energy
We have-
costs that kept it the same current charge throughout the
Yeah.
entire year long.
Yeah.
But this was the contract that we worked with, and this was a nonprofit organization or something like that. Mind you, I think it was around August to October, we had been discussing with it, or maybe much earlier, I'm sorry. But a woman did meet with us on Zoom and spoke to us about working with them and other municipalities and possibly a school joining in with them. So then they would pay the same rate for an entire year, but we always had the option to remortgage our contract with them to possibly be less or higher.
I talked to the main public option in the last week, and what I told you was correct. We have the same contract with them.
Yeah, we already have a contract with them and it's for about 10 cents per kilowatt hour,
we're
Which
paying the
is-
same as,
which is what the standard offer is now.
yeah, yeah.
What the contract says.
Okay, then you can provide the contract. I'm
If
looking at the
necessary, I'll bring it in
documentation.
next meeting.
We can probably verify this offline since
Yeah.
we don't have the actual contract in front of us right now. So anything else you had to add on the utility rates?
No, really. Except there's some opportunities with the Maine Public Utility Commission, of which we could take advantage of, but we can't seem to agree on the actual cost of, power for the municipality versus the regular residential
Well, could you
customer.
bring the physical copy next meeting so we can see the budget?
What's that?
Could you bring a physical copy of this information for
Sure,
next
it's in
meeting so we can see it?
Janet has me.
I'm asking because.
Why don't we distribute digitally before that?
I
so we
can
don't
get a
overlook
copy
it?
of the contract, yes.
Okay, so I have it, it's 10.4 cents a kilowatt hour, or,
For the main public options,
wait, sorry,
main
11,
power options,
sorry, 11.04 cents per kilowatt hour. I have it right here.
the
The
main power options contract,
yes.
copy of it.
The main power
Sure.
options is right here. It's 1104 per kilowatt hour
Plus,
for standard, the equivalent, I mean, the substitute for standard offer.
I'm gonna concede what you're saying, because I want to be
It's
sure it's right. That's
11.04
not what that's not the discussion I had last
cents.
week.
And standard offer right now is 10.6 cents per
10.86.
kilowatt hour. So yeah, this is MPO, this is our contract. 11.4 cents, 11.04 cents, and standard offer is 10.6 cents right now. It just went down by 0.2 cents on July 1st.
I'm gonna bring in a copy of the contract next time.
Okay,
Send it out to us in advance, please, so we can see it.
yeah, that would be useful. Okay, so the next, moving on to the prize update. Okay, go ahead.
Is there anything you want?
No, you go ahead.
Okay, so since the last meeting, we submitted the Clean Energy to Communities Technical Assistance Grant application with Central Maine Power as a partner. In addition to support letters from 12 Islesboro community organizations, plus the Island Institute. And so for the Rural Energy Prize, we've now successfully, we've successfully made at least 10 solar hosting agreements with Islesboro residents, thanks to basically all of us in the room, which has been
Which
great.
are, at the moment, they're
Yeah, they're
non-binding agreements, but
Non-binding.
the people who've been willing to sign
Yeah.
memoranda of understanding that we will be able to submit with our prize application.
Yeah, and that was our goal for this prize year, was to identify sites with people who were interested in exploring building arrays. And if all of those arrays were built, we would exceed the island's grid hosting capacity for solar. So it's a significant number of kilowatts that we could put up. So and that also means that we have a very low grid hosting capacity because it's really not that many arrays. It's a very small amount of land that we'd be covering. So yeah, we were surprised to find that out. Yeah.
When they did the original ETIP
Yeah.
plan,
Yeah.
what was their, I mean, are we looking at now a capacity that's actually lower than what they projected?
Yeah, they didn't take into account the actual capacity that we had for connecting to our circuit. They only determined what we needed on the island in order to provide for all of our electricity needs. And that number is about 4.7 megawatts, and the hosting capacity is 2.6 megawatts. But that's, through the standard procedure for CMP for large arrays. Myra can probably speak to this better. We're going to be able to design a system that can accommodate, more solar in order to supply it to more people who need
So
cheaper energy.
we can design a bigger system by what? By adding storage? Is that the main?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the ways, or, basically, whatever other strategies we have for actually, doing an engineering analysis of the system in order to see what it could actually accommodate coming from our part of the circuit. So we just have to find out. Myra?
I just had a question then. Yeah, so Cressigat, was it CMP that said that we had the certain amount of capacity? I missed the beginning. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, well, that's kind of the final say on how much capacity, whatever, but yes, there are ways to kind of expand our, the duration of solar and, the kind of because I mean, there's how much can be pushed onto our grid and how much is available at any time, so there's different things.
Yeah, there's a dynamic capacity that we could work with instead of their, kind of conservative capacity. Yeah, we can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, also, well, I mean, we can design any project we want and they will say, yes, you can do it, but we have to pay a lot of money to upgrade the system. So that's the other thing, but we obviously want to avoid network upgrades, but that might be something that we can't avoid to some degree too.
That could be a statewide thing if there's a lot of people doing similar projects.
Yeah, we
It's a
can
statewide thing.
with our substation cluster, yeah, it would be larger. It's a larger problem, for sure. Did you?
No, it was the same question Myra asked. I
Yeah.
thought I knew the answer. You clarified it. I had an answer.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
So, also with the Islesboro Economic Sustainability Corporation, we've been able to discuss potential public ownership or ways of, having a quasi municipal owner for the community solar arrays, which would make us eligible for federal funding and able to, develop larger arrays, basically. And so on the energy efficiency side, Kizzy and the Energy Hub have been working hard to collect home energy surveys. We got to 120 of our goal of 200, so we're gonna keep working on that. And last year, we started the Rural Energy Prize year with 5 potential partners, including the Community Center, the IESC, the Sustainable Housing and Development Foundation, and Revision Energy. And now this week, we'll be submitting letters of commitment and support from 9 current and potential partners to confirm the actions that we've been taking towards developing the community solar arrays, microgrids, and community engagement. So there's a lot to, develop new cooperations around the island. And Bill got us a statement from Efficiency Maine attesting to our town's energy efficiency activities. So we're hoping that will go some way in our prize application. Janice, Bill, Kizzy, and I went to the select board last week and they approved the key letter of support for us to confirm. Thank you, Melissa. Oh yeah, you were there too. To confirm a lot of these activities we've been doing to benefit the community. So we're basically nearly ready to submit these documents for the $200,000 prize at the end of this week.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So in order to apply for this second round, it's only people that got the first round, right? So there's a limited pool of folks. I'm just wondering, like, do you have did they give you any sense of like how many people are gonna be trying for the second round? Or do you have a sense of that?
I'm fairly sure that everybody could, submit something for the second round. It's just a matter of, how far each group has gotten and how they explain why they've gotten that far.
Yeah.
And we've heard from a number of groups that, they've gotten varying degrees down the road compared to what they imagined. We obviously don't have a island-wide town-approved solar plan with a financing strategy, which, we didn't put this financing strategy in our initial proposal. So that's okay, but we don't have a town-approved plan and, we're not there yet. So, there's certain goals that we did, we're getting towards, but we didn't meet. So we'll be reporting on that. And hopefully they'll think that we are able to follow through on at least one of these projects so that we can be eligible for this prize. There's 65 groups who are in our track and about 20 of them might get the second prize. But there's also another track that has a lot fewer teams in it and they might shift some of the funding to our track. So we just don't know what the probability is that we'll get the second prize right now. It's between, 33% and 40% or something like that.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
put
it's
that in the pot.
it's probably likely that most people did not achieve all of the goals
Yeah.
they set out in their
Exactly.
initial application. That's the way these things go. So, we'll just have to see. I mean, the things that we have just applied for would give us funding that would enable hiring professional management, getting the engineering studies that we would need. They would not provide any construction funding. That would have to come next. But it would at least allow us to move forward, with a professional, engineering and all the rest of it.
I'm sure, you know, we can show that we've been obviously talking to different developers and trying to work that out. And yeah, I mean, clearly we've made efforts as much as we could without spending any money at this point.
Great.
And-
Yeah.
Cool, that's exciting, thanks.
So, so moving on to this, I did not get from Toby the June summary, and I know that there are some things, the town gave us a reprieve at the town meeting by passing an ordinance that allows us to pay some of our June bills in July, and still count it toward the 23 calendar, budget. So that makes it a little bit easier, since we did have some things with the municipal building BRF system and the library lighting that were being completed right at the end of the month, or even just being completed now. But so hopefully by the next meeting, we'll be able to report out on all the final numbers from the this immediate past year's budget. But I think that pretty much everything, the only thing I don't know about was the equipment for MERT. Did that get purchased?
It did get purchased, you have the receipts.
Okay.
I can send it to the group email.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think, yeah, I mean, it's been submitted, it was just done on a credit card so that it was delayed,
Okay,
but yeah, that's all.
All right. The invoice for this work
yeah,
was dated as of the previous.
so the invoice is dated in June, was in the budget for last year, so that should be pretty clearly on last year's budget. So we asked for and received 65,000 for this current year. And the way we had that mapped out was 40,000 toward the library heat pump installation and possible electrical upgrade. And we're in the process now, as Cressica reported, of obtaining estimates for that, and it's certainly, I don't know about electrical. Did they say anything whether that was gonna require an electrical upgrade for the
We'll have
library?
to confirm with them, but they haven't mentioned yet, because they're going to, use the heat pump system that's, it can work on single phase, so I don't think we'll need to change the electrical system, and there's space for that, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, so the preliminary estimates certainly should fall within the what we have budgeted for. We also budgeted $2,000 toward secretarial costs for producing the meeting minutes. 5,000 for a community event. So we'll have to think about what we want that to be and when we want to do it. $5,000 toward the purchase of a blower door test unit.
I think that's old, I think we had to remove that.
Oh, we did? Okay, well, that's what I have on, this is what I have. This was from,
Why would we have removed that?
Because Janet didn't, if it's not directly related to town activities, even though it could be. She said we should include it in this budget.
okay. Well, and we also had down on here, the fire station, set door sensors and insulation. Well, I had down 13,000 on what I have.
And that might also include the dehumidification system.
Yeah, probably.
All right, can you, I drifted. Can you repeat that, please? What we put down for the fire station?
13,000,
To encompass what?
door sensors and insulation, and you were saying dehumidification also.
Meaning the unit we were talking about putting it up over the space. There ought to be something in there for the tightening up of the generator zone.
Tightening up with a generator.
Generator, the room where the generator is leaks like crazy, so a lot of cold air comes in around the doorway there.
Okay, so we'll have to put some numbers on these things.
Mhm.
I mean, like I said, I had down 5,000 toward the blower door test unit, so that could be. Myra, did you have anything else on your notes as far as this year's
No, that all sounds good. I was gonna say that, yeah, I mean, I think the insulation for the firehouse included, Bill, that generator room. I think that was the main thing. And, also on the library, I believe, wasn't the reason to upgrade the system more for the, like an EV charger? I thought that was also the,
That's
Inspiration.
definitely, part of the long-term plan, but, it's part of the long-term plan now.
cool, sounds good. But I think that's why there's a discrepancy. Yeah, that's why there's a discrepancy, I think, because we had thought we could do the EV charger, yeah, like at the same time, so.
Oh, yeah, I wish it would be nice, but, I think they wanna take it step by step and see how the EV's issues play out. Yes.
Sounds good.
Do you guys have it in the budget for the relocation of the EV that was here?
I mean, at some point, I encouraged the inclusion of that, but, I don't know if it was actually included.
Because if not, I would
Yeah.
suggest that earmarking of
Yeah.
the blower door.
Yeah,
I
think-
would
yeah.
suggest you split that between your generator and your EV.
the generator, I guess, as Mari just
Yeah.
said, that was included in the fire.
Yeah, that was a part of.
Yeah, and it's like it's.
Yeah,
Gotcha. But I would because
how much does anybody have an idea of how much that would cost to move the?
$5,000.
It
Right.
entirely depends on if we need a new entry, like how we're gonna connect it to the existing electrical system.
What are we talking
We don't
about?
have
You
any
need what?
insight into
EV
that.
charger.
Yeah.
That's in front of the station right
I mean,
now.
Well, can I say something? I mean, yeah, I mean, I think it really depends on the building being changed, once the building's updated, I think it would be done then, and if we don't know if it's gonna be happening next year, I don't remember the timing, but also, not that we have to put it in someone else's lap, but wouldn't that be done, like, when the, like, wouldn't that be a part of the renovation anyway? Because it is like on the building, it's not like its own.
No,
Oh.
because the renovation is for the inside of the building, not the outside, and since they're moving it away from the building, I can see them turning around and saying that that's not our problem.
Yes, but last year there was some thought that would be part of the construction of the municipal building because there
Yeah.
were already arrangements made for that elsewhere. So
Yeah.
that was at least floated in the air, that would be incorporated in the cost of municipal, the new health center.
Well, they value engineered that part out,
Okay,
And-
that's good to know.
but, come September, we might find out if we've gotten the approval for the CDS budget, which includes EV charging. So we can roll this charger into that.
So I'm wondering
project.
till September.
Yeah.
That's okay, but if you're looking to put something on paper,
Right.
instead of having a unclaimed $5,000,
Right, put it down for that.
put the EV charger in for it, then if we roll, then we can roll something else into it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, but has there been a final decision about where it will go?
Mm-mm.
No.
It was just planned for where they're doing the staging, just right across from here and away from all of the buildings, as well as away from the broadband. So it's a ideal location, and it's been, in the past indicated on plans, it's just not on them now. And they're using the space. It's super disturbed.
Yeah,
wetland.
very disturbed wetland.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if it's not on the plans, it would be a wise idea to make sure they put them back in the plans.
Yeah.
Because you wanna put those wires in before you do any other work over there.
Yeah, I've requested it multiple times to the project team. So it's in the process. It's just they have a lot of other things they're dealing with right now. Yeah. So it'll get there. I have faith in them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so that's really, I mean, I think as we start to get some more concrete estimates on some of these things, we'll be able to refine that a little bit. Now, in terms of who's managing each of these things, obviously you've been very involved in doing the library heat pump contract. So, So who's gonna be the point person for the fire station work? Yeah. Bill, do you wanna-
I don't care, I'm happy to be involved.
Is Josh Leach still on the committee?
Yes.
Yes, he couldn't come tonight, but
I
he
think
is,
Josh Leach should be the point person for the fire station.
okay, so I can ask him about that. He's willing to do that. He's,
See, I showed up at the right time. If we're signing stuff, then I'm here to not get assigned anything, but I'll have a point.
you don't come, you're gonna get assigned the hardest job.
I'm here.
And obviously the EV charger, you can remain involved in that. The community event, we can. Does anybody have any ideas about what?
I mean,
Well,
after we submit the prize, maybe we can regroup and think about
Yeah,
strategy
yeah,
for that, now that we've learned and budgeted for.
okay. So we'll decide on
Yeah.
that at a later date. All right, so I don't really feel like we need to have a special meeting to go over, like we did last year
No,
for the budget. Doesn't seem to be any for that.
this is all internal anyway,
Yeah.
so once things start to shape up, we can rearrange it.
Right, right, we just should be looking at it. All right, so, any other business, anybody else have any?
I mean,
Say that-
it's Christine. What? Sorry, go ahead.
I just wanted to share about the tree that we gave to Janice, but go ahead and I'll say something after.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, just wanted to let you all know that Janice has received her beautiful apricot tree that we gave her as a gift, as a thank you, and also as a commemoration for Dave. And she said, please thank the Energy Committee for me for this lovely tree. It's very healthy, and she said it was a very sweet gesture and she very much appreciates it. And sends her love. So just wanted to tell you that she has it and she's happy, and you can keep an eye on it in her yard. And maybe she'll give you some of the fruits of her labor in like a couple years. I don't know how fast they start. It's only like 3 or 4 feet tall, so it'll probably take a little bit of time, but that's all from me.
I just wanted to check if Christine, did you just want to say hi? Nothing, you're good, okay.
All right, so the next meeting will be the second Tuesday in August. What day is that?
The 13th.
At 13th, I was. Didn't correct that on the agenda, should have. So August 13th, 5:15 will be the next meeting. The motion to adjourn?
I motion.
Second,
Okay, roll call, Myra?
Aye.
Dick? Bill?
Aye.
Me, aye. Jessica?
Jessica, I.
Monica? Okay. So, passes.
Great, thanks, everybody. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good seeing you, Myron.
Yeah.
No, I felt bad. I got a notice on my phone that was like,